Hi, Christian here. This is Chris Talks. Welcome to my podcast. Hi guys, welcome back to my show again. This is Christian and with me is Allie and Janice. Hi guys.
Hello!
Yes, all right. Now we're going back to travel category. What is our next question for today's episode?
Well, let's pick it up from our bowl.
Yes, all right. Dun, 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 dun.
Here's the question. What is your favorite aspect about traveling?
Oh, interesting. Let's start with you, Ali, because you've been far from home for 4 years. So, what are the things that you find interesting or favorite aspect about traveling?
Wow, if I was asked this question years ago, probably I would have a different answer. But for 4 years, I've been traveling a lot, and I think the main thing that my misconception about traveling was that it's only for the rich people.
Yeah.
Because that's an opinion coming from someone in the Philippines who doesn't go to places, because I'm mostly doing work and going to school. And if I see people who are traveling, these are mostly my rich classmates. And I thought, maybe they can travel because you have a lot of money. And in reality, there's a truth to it. But now that I live in Europe, everything there, well, not everything, but let's say almost everything there is for free. And here, when in the Philippines, when we say traveling, it really requires you to ride a plane or ride a boat and then go somewhere, and they pay for the entrance, environmental fee, terminal fee, etc. fee.
Yeah.
There's so many fees.
So many fees. And like everything here, you need to really pay for. But once you're in Europe, or I don't know with other countries, because I don't know about that, all we need to pay for is accommodation, which you can find many ways to to make it more convenient for you. Accommodation or the fare, just one train ride away or one plane ride away, or sometimes you're just gonna go there by bus or by car if you have. And so my favorite aspect about traveling is that everywhere you go, there is always something that you can learn. And it doesn't necessarily mean that traveling will make you even poorer than you are, because there are places that you can experience with great joy and adventure even without spending that much. So that's my favorite aspect about traveling, about learning things as you go. Particularly, I would say that it particularly applies when you are a solo traveler. You can still learn something from it if you are, a duo or a group, but moreover, you learn a lot when you are by yourself. So that's my favorite aspect, learning. How about you guys?
Me, I don't know. Maybe I just want when I think about traveling, I always think about memories.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, it's an opportunity to be fun with your friends, and that opportunity gives you a quality time with your friends. And it's not every day that everyone is free. You know?
Yes.
So it's a very rare memory to just not think about work, just think about fun, just think about relaxation. And I think that's worth it somehow. To pay for, let's say, 10,000 or more, I think it's worth it. How about you, Chris?
I think for me, my favorite aspect about traveling is how it changed your perspective
Yes.
in your life. Like for me, like I was in the Philippines for so long, and then I just traveled abroad when I was in my legal age. But before, I was too spoiled brat. I am a spoiled brat before. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to clean the house. I don't know how to do the laundry. I'm really that dependent to my parents and financially dependent to my parents. But you know what? When I travel, that's when I changed. I started to be independent, and I started to to how important technology was. I mean, here in the Philippines, we have uh, we usually pay things through cash or I mean manual paying things here in the Philippines. But when you go to other countries, everything is just digital. It's very convenient. It's very comfortable to live there. And I think that's one thing that I would say my favorite part of traveling, because you were able to see the world and how it differs from your home country. And way back then, I was a graduate school student, so I was doing a business proposal in the class, and sometimes I apply those business proposal based on what I have seen in other countries, like having an octopus card, which is like in Hong Kong. They have this card which they can use as a payment in convenience store, in MRT, in buses. So I proposed that in one of my business proposals in graduate school, wherein there's one card that we can use here in the Philippines that can we can use in different platform, like the buses, the train, the convenience store. So those are the things that you would find when traveling, because you will be exploring different things outside the country, and you will see how the first class countries differ from your country, and what make them a rich country. I think sometimes you just have to explore things outside your home country so that you will be able to grow as a person, as an individual. So I think that's the best part of traveling. I was able to learn a lot from different countries, and it somehow it changed my lifestyle.
And I agree with that, because like I said, I love learning about things in life when you're traveling, and like you said, you get to have these ideas based on what you see when you go abroad, or when you simply just travel anywhere, basically. So when you see these card, it gives you an idea. We can do that too where I live.
Yes, exactly.
And you wouldn't have known about that if not for your trip, right?
Yes.
And one thing that I wish would be applicable, because not everything that we see is gonna be doable in
Yes,
our
exactly.
country. So, for example, I didn't know about the tram. Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
So, for you guys who are like me, I didn't know. I'm so confused what a tram was. So, apparently, tram is like a bus, but it goes on top. It's not, underground. It's like a bus, but it has this connection to a cable where it's connected to the posts. So, basically, it travels, and it's electric, I think. So that's the tram, and if you have that here, you will surely be able to travel anywhere in a much cheaper price, and we will get to experience just comfort. Honestly, comfort here in the Philippines. But I don't think that that's applicable to every city. Like, I think BGC, that's not in another country, it's just part of Manila, but still they have a different system, and you feel like, oh, we can do things like this. But sometimes it's enough that you see it and hope that eventually it will happen as well.
Yes, yes. I think also, I think what you have said, it's really about the demographic location of is a factor. Actually, demographic location is a factor. So meaning, if you like the tramp, it's not really applicable here in the Philippines, because first of all, we don't have we don't have this cable thing anymore because of the buildings, and it's really I don't know if there's a place for a tram to be here in the Philippines, but I think that there's no more a way for us to have a tram.
Yes.
But I think it's one of the projects of the government right now is to have a subway train stations, which is, I think, is a good thing, that we're finally adapting to the first world countries. And also there are projects like having so many train stations, because other countries, almost every provinces or other states in their country has a train station, so that people can just go in and out of their regions. I think that's one thing. I think one good thing about our government nowadays is that they're trying to look at what other countries can do and apply that to our country and make our country a better one.
Yes. Like you
Yeah.
said, it changes our
Yes,
lifestyle, our
exactly.
perspective. You get to be inspired by the things you see while traveling.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah. So
Let's
since
speak.
so we are talking about traveling. That's our favorite aspect about it. But I want to ask you guys, particularly Janice, because you mentioned that what you like about it is the memories that you
Yes.
create with your friends and fun. So, what's your most memorable experience while traveling?
Oh, I remember this. I'm not sure if all Filipinos. I think most of the Filipinos always choose airplane. When you go to one place to another. But when I go to Coron, I ride ship.
It's like a Roro,
Yeah, I think so.
fast cart.
Yeah, and during that time, I remember when the ship slowly reaching the shore of Coron. It was sunrise.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so we have to go up at 5:30 and wait until the sunrise starts while
Wow.
slowly reaching that shore.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it makes me feel or realize that how beautiful nature is. Like we sometimes forget about the beauty that God already created.
So it reminds you.
Yeah. So it's that's why every time I tell my friends, if you're going to go somewhere, why not try by sea, or not just by airplane. What I did is by sea, and then when I go back, I go with by air.
Yeah.
How about you, Chris?
Well, what's my most memorable experience? It's a hard question. Honestly, it's a hard question because every travel that I have done, or country, or places that I've been to is memorable for me. But I think the most memorable probably is the recent vacation I had, which is the LU, La Union. Not because I met a person, but because of this is the time that I told myself that I want to restart and reset. It's the time that I trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be whole again.
Yeah.
After all the things that I've experienced in the past, I just want to move forward as a whole again, and I just want to mend all of those broken pieces inside me. And that trip is one of the reasons, because during that time I was really anxious. I was having anxiety attack. I remember I texted you at the middle of the night, and I texted Allie at the middle of the night because I was having anxiety attacks, and then
I didn't know you were having that because you were so calm. It's like how you are when you are sad. I just thought it was a normal.
yeah, but I was having anxiety attack back then, so that's the time that my friends invited me to go with them in LU in La Union, and for me to I told myself that I would go with them because I just want to relax myself. I just want to reset myself, and I just want to restart and to feel whole again. And when I was there in LU, it's really refreshing. Like, I don't use my phone a lot. I just there with my friends. I talk with other people. I meet other people. It's just about me and whatever is there in the city, in that island. So I forget about my life in my hometown, which is too much damaging in my mental health. So I think for me that's the most memorable experience about traveling, because you know what, when you travel, it's not just about having fun. It's about you finding peace. It's all about just yourself. You just want to feel that you are a person, and you just want to be happy.
I'm really proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so proud that you found the time to really reset and choose to be
Yeah.
happy. I know it's hard if you've gone through a lot of, these situations like you had, but you really did well. And
Yeah.
if you're still struggling, know that we are always here for you.
Do it again with us.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes.
Okay. In Slovakia.
I hope
Yeah.
so, yes.
How about you, Ali?
Now we are looking for something, more with a peaceful feeling, the calmness. If that's the basis for memorable, then I would say that I really like Slovenia. It's my most favorite place because every time I'm there, I just feel so at peace, and the beautiful nature is just surrounding me, and the blue waters. It's perfect. It's amazing. But if it's about me, being brave, finding the courage within me, something that I'm constantly struggling with, I really would go back to that experience when I was alone, when I was traveling just by myself, and I had no choice but to be on my own and have to decide and go to places by myself. And you know what? I realized that these things that I worry about, sometimes it's just in my head. And I think that my main takeaway from this is that lessen my worries, and that just be positive and hope for the best, because there are many people that will help you, but there are also many people that can probably bring you to a lot of bad situations. But you just have to believe that the universe is helping you and that you will be okay and that God is with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my takeaway for that.
How about you, Janice?
Me, I want to address those people who always bring their phone in beaches,
Or in
because I
traveling?
want my takeaways to be present at the moment, enjoy what you're doing, whether it's your friends or alone,
Yes,
right?
I agree.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the nature, right?
Stay away from gadgets.
Yeah, remember the reason why you're here, like
Just to
why
relax.
you're there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's to relax. Well, for me, my takeaway probably is traveling is not just for leisure.
Yes.
It's not just for rich people. It's not just about saving for traveling, but it's traveling for yourself. For the peace that you want, for the happiness that you want. You deserve it. So if you're looking for a sign to travel, this is the time to travel. If you're listening to this podcast, this is your sign. Go
Yeah.
book a ticket right now and be happy. Find that peace that you want. I know that we all sometimes stress from work or stress from this situation because it's a pandemic. But a lot of countries, a lot of domestic places are now opening their doors for travelers like us. So it's about time that for us to explore the world again. But this time for me, my takeaway probably to explore not just the world but also myself, and to find peace and happiness. I think the best experience that you can give to yourself when traveling. All right, so thank you again, Allie and Janice, for
Thank
this
you.
wonderful travel podcast episode. So, Allie, go ahead.
Thank you for giving me the chance to be here. So, guys, if you want to listen to some experiences of people living abroad, so feel free to go to my podcast. It's Small Girl Abroad on Spotify and other
Digital platforms
digital
worldwide.
platforms. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, and Janice, thank you again for coming, for joining us again on this podcast episode, and see you again on our next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.